The following game has no ESRB rating, nor is there any sort of restrictive content warning or any sort of warning as to what may be in the game. From what I have played so far, it doesn't seem to have anything worrisome in terms of age-restrictive content. So if I were to guess, if it were to have an ESRB rating, I would say most likely it would be rated E for everyone. So following that guess, and having never completed the game, I can't say exactly the whole of it just from my experience, but I would say that anyone under the age of 6 should not be watching this video. You have been warned. Greetings and salutations, I am Outlier, and I bid you welcome to this channel. Joining me today is, of course, my usual co-hosts, Snowball and Wolf. And today we're returning back to Autonauts. Autonauts is the one game with all the robots. Yes, I know I play a lot of games with robots in them. Yeah, I guess it doesn't narrow it down. So, the premise of Autonauts is that you are... Well, I have to admit, I'm not quite certain what exactly you are. You were sent down to this one planet from who knows where to start a colony, I believe. And it's one of those manufacturing building games where you could build everything by hand if you want to, but you don't have to, and you can construct a whole army of robots to complete every task for you. You just basically sit back and, oversight like any other manager. So I haven't really played much of this game. In fact, the first episode that I made of this game was me playing it for the first time. But I did enjoy that playthrough, so I figured it would be high time to come back and play some more. I did play a little bit after I'd stopped recording, but I haven't touched it since, so we're pretty much at where we left off. I automated a few extra things. So I guess we just simply pick up from where we last left off and continue on from there. This game is, of course, made by... Thank you again. That being said, let us begin. So this is pretty much where we left off. We have basically a farming industry setup where one robot chops all the trees down, another robot digs a bunch of holes, a third robot plants seeds for more trees to grow for the first robot to keep chopping down. I do have other robots. One robot picks up the log, takes it to this storage facility. and then another takes that log from the storage facility and makes planks, which another robot then takes to this storage facility, which another robot takes from that storage facility and makes poles, which this robot then stores here. However, these storage facilities are maxed out, so they don't really have much of anywhere to go to. In addition to that, I do have another robot collecting tree seeds, which the planting robot then takes and plants. So to continue on that cycle. And once robots... Sorry, that one was out of power. And once the robot's tools break, I do have this robot, which is mining stone, which is then taken to this storage facility by this robot. Then I have these robots taking, and this robot takes the sticks from the forest, well, what was the forest, and stores them here. And then have these three robots taking the various sticks and stones, which do break bones. I found it funny. And using them to build the basic tools, the axe, the shovel, and the pickaxe, which the stone mining robot, the harvester robot, and the digging robot need to continue their jobs. And then I have these three robots because apparently it's too complex to both gather the resources, make the tool, and then drop it off into storage. They take the tool from the output area and then throw it in storage, which these guys, which when they break a tool, will come and get a new one. So it's pretty much a self-containing operation up until I run out of A, storage, and B, the robots run out of power, like what you're seeing right here. So I do kind of need to keep track of the robots to be certain what exactly is going on. But a lot of the storages are full right now, so they don't really have much to do. But that's what I'm currently at in a nutshell. So I guess all we gotta do is proceed. I should point out, I have absolutely no idea what I have to do next. So, but looking at the academy listings, I have farming, farming fruit, farming food, and colonization. I'm assuming in order to get the colonization one, we need to build food for them, because something tells me, unlike robots, people need to eat. Plus, I need a colonist seed dispenser built, a colonist incubator built, and make colonists and feed them. And apparently have to make them love. That could get worrisome for a kid's game, but I guess we'll figure out what's going on. And at worst case, we have to up the ESRB rating. So I think they're pinned. Oh, they're not pinned. Okay. So new plan pinned, farming fruit, and then farming food. So we'll just try to work on these at the exact same time. So for farming fruit, we need berries planted, released, and stored. Which means more robots. I have no idea how to do any of these. And then for food, and then for mushroom farming, we need to dig mushrooms, we need to plant mushrooms, and we need to store mushrooms. Where exactly are there mushrooms? It's flowers, that's, well, I guess berries. Then we have clay here. Oh yeah, there's some mushrooms. More flowers, a chicken. Chicken's making eggs. Random logs. Why am I holding a stick? These are all my bots. I did also figure out how to get them into various teams. Oh, someone's out of power. So I have the forestry team, the production team, which is making all the planks and poles and logs and whatnot, and the stone team, which are these two right here, and then the tool manufacturing team, which are these 6. And I didn't feel like... I think I can name the robots, but I didn't feel like naming the robots, so they're not being named. What did I do? Oh, nothing. He's just waiting for a tree to finish growing. Oh, fruit tree. Interesting. Apparently they've gotten so skilled nowadays that they're actually running out of trees to chop. I'll probably give the shoveler and the planter more time to, well, grow more. Also, stuff falling out of the edges probably isn't helping. But that's another issue for another time. So, that's it. So, how... Oh, here we are. Click the Autonautpedia button or press Tab. Click the Blueprints button to access the database. Look for the tutorial on food. Click the Food button to open that section. Click the Berries button to see where they come from. You guessed it, use a stick or flail to beat a bush to release fruit. So, that means I'm going to need a log, 3 planks, a pole, and a tree seed. Probably multiples of such. You really gotta remember which button is what does what. I'm thinking I'm grabbing things, but I'm not. Take and then drop. And we jump up and down, and voila, new robot. Alright, so now that we have a robot, we're going to need to make him tools. Which means... chopping block. We're going to need yet another crude workbench. Let's actually put this one here. Then we're going to need a crate for its output. These tools are maxed out, so let's actually increase the output, the storage capacities for the tools, because why not? And it's nighttime. So, let's see. What do I need for this? 2 logs and 2 sticks. Alright, you can only carry 1 log at a time. Now remember, it's left click to grab, right click to drop off. And I'm going, no, those aren't sticks, those are poles. I'm going to need 2 sticks. Alright, that's done. I need 4 planks and 4 poles for these things. And the entire forestry team is out of power. Alright. We just go back and do that. What, 8 more times? Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, 8 more times. Man, am I glad I figured out how to carry multiple things at once. Alright, let's rewind all these bots. That was smart. I built bots capable of just rewinding all the bots, but something tells me they wouldn't just simply rewind any bot in an area. They would have to rewind a specific bot. And if I were to go and make bots capable of rewinding other bots, then I would need bots to rewind those. And then I would need bots to rewind those, and system does break down after a while. Although I've never tried, so it might be possible. Ah yes, working clean through the night. And we just go back and keep building more. These guys have enough memory to actually go get the stuff that they need. Imagine if I needed a robot to get the stuff from one storage to the other. I mean, ideally, I'd have it where they go get the stuff that they need to make what they need, and then just simply drop it off at the facility that they need to store it at. Where the next guy comes along, takes what they need, and then they just simply keep going. Alright, so that's done. So, now I need a robot. Actually, no, now I probably need to build a flail. And get to the point where I just need to... I'm gonna be doing is just running around, making new just repowering all the old robots. And flail here. I don't have the access to the flail, do I? Alright, tools. Crude flail. So it's what, 2 sticks? How do I unlock things? Interesting, you can smack sticks to get fruit. Smack trees to get sticks. But it does not explain. A crude workbench plus 2 sticks equals crude flail. But how do I unlock the flail? Because in that case, I can just simply take 2 things and put them down. It has to be that recipe. I ran into this problem before. Click the blueprint to exit the base, click the food button to open the section. Let's see where they come from, or as you dig them up. Well, I'm guessing I'm not going to be able to get berries anytime soon because I don't have access to the flail. So I'm assuming we do, however, have shovels. So what I'm going to do is take this, give it to you, take another shovel, Apparently I'm going to take his shovel. So then we go over here, and we dig shovel, and we dig some mushrooms. We got a bunch of loose mushrooms. Find nearest mushrooms in. Apparently as big as it gets, so we're only going to get 3 mushrooms per. Not certain if they can grow on the beach, but I guess we'll find out. And then, oop, nope, that's undo. Okay, so move to this area, find nearest mushroom, use spade. Nope, nope, nope. Wow. Good at all these. That's what I wanted. Yeah, I guess that works. Does it repeat forever? No, don't repeat forever. Do repeat until hands empty. At which point you go over here. Of course, I'm already holding a spade, so it probably doesn't help. And you take a spade from storage, and then you do that forever. Let's see how that works out. Now go. That works. So we've gathered up we've farmed all the mushrooms that we can manage. Let's rewind you real quick, and you real quick. It's going to be a running theme. Alright, so that means I'm going to need storage for mushrooms. Did have spare storage for here, but that was supposed to be for the flails. Alright, so if we... Stores in a box, okay. Nope, wrong button. Continue. Build some more storage real quick for the mushrooms. Tell you one thing, if I need another robot to plant mushrooms, or to dig holes to plant mushrooms, something tells me my shovel demand's gonna skyrocket. so the farming says, say, plant mushrooms, so I'm assuming mushrooms can be planted somehow. Bet they can. Okay. So I'm going to need 2 more bots. One to dig the hole, much like the tree farming group, which is out of power again. The mushroom team is going to need 1 person to dig, 1 robot to dig up the mushrooms, another to collect all the mushrooms. Actually, no, it's going to need 4 robots. 1 to dig up the mushrooms, 1 to collect all the mushrooms, another to dig all the holes for the mushrooms, and then a 3rd to plant the more mushrooms. Now, I'm just going to leave the other 2 poles here, because I'll need them eventually. Same with the tree seeds, even though tree seeds is right next door. Alright, so you're built, so... Alright, so... First thing we do, give you that. Like this one. Now, you go over here. Where'd my spade go? Go over here. Move the soil, and then we dig. Stop real quick. Stop. Robots. Which one isn't part of a team? Yes, okay, so this area is 1 square above this dirt patch. Alright, so you, record. We'll go here and dig this out. do forever. Not forever until hands empty. At which point we go here and pick up a new shovel. And then we do that forever. Now go. Wind you back up. Rewind the forestry team back up. I feel like I already did that just like a minute ago. Yeah, he's only going to dig up soil. So if he's only going to dig up soil, that means we need to rewind all these robots. And we need a new robot. We need quite a few new robots, yes, I know. Rewind you real quick. And you a shovel real quick. And then you. Go here. Could have sworn we were recording that, but okay, we go here. We do none of these things. But we're going to dig up all the turf. In this area. Gonna do that forever. And just in case this shovel breaks, while he's doing this until hand's not full, at which point you go back and grab a new spade. And you do that forever. Now go. Until I'm going to need the shovel more often than the axe. Pause. Stop. That's the soil one. Put him down. You. Forward. Get rid of that. We just doesn't have to move to that spot every time. And then we start. Alright, so we're going to need another storage for all the turf. dig mushrooms, dig hole, plant mushrooms, gather mushrooms. So it could theoretically get away with one more robot without having any extra. Because I didn't realize we needed to terraform the land before we could start a mushroom farm. Given that mushrooms in every other game that I've seen require dark places, I'm surprised we can actually farm them out in the open like this at all. But then again, this game is, we'll call it different in certain ways. Forest team's out of power again. Given the fact it seems like wood is fueling my entire empire, having them run low regularly is probably a bad idea. We're going to take this log that's lying around and use that instead of one from storage. Alright, so we wind you up. Come with me. Alright, so we're going to record. We're going to go here. I'm going to pick up turf. And we're going to put it here. How do I get it? Searching an area. Alright, hang on. Okay, here we go. So we need to find nearest turf. In this 13 by 13 area. And then we drop it off here. Do that forever. Now go. You know what? Stop for a minute. Let's change this around. So we pick up the turf. There, put that there, put that there. Get rid of these. Three. Add, add, add. Alright, so it picks up 4 at a time. And just drops it off. Do I need this one? Let's see what happens. Yes, I do need that one. Okay then. No, stop. Go away. See how this works. Okay, so he's not. He doesn't have the memory capacity because he has to go to. Yeah, he needs a separate script to go to every unit of turf that he has to pick up. So he can't actually go pick up 4 units of turf and then drop each one off. Because it's go to here, move to the, well, find the nearest turf in this area, go to the nearest turf in this area, pick up nearest turf in this area, then we'd have to go to the next nearest turf. And he doesn't have the memory capacity to do that 4 times and then drop all that off. Possible to copy this. I guess not. So what we're going to do is put that there. Get rid of these 2. I wonder if I actually do need that. See how well he manages this. Nope, he's not actually picking up the spare turf, so it's only 1 at a time. Yep, okay. Stop. Record. Don't need these. I'm curious though. Okay. Alright. So they're off by 1. Well, they're already digging this area out, so... Stop, record. Nearest area. Move it down 1. And, we're good. For you... Stop. Oops. Keep forgetting that crucial step. Move it down 1 as well. And then go. So for right now, I'm just gonna have to wait until they get done. This will probably take forever. So you know what? We're going to build more robots. I really should consider the whole needing robots to rewind robots bit. That's actually even possible. I really should look into that. Where'd the pole go? And once again, we rewind every robot in the forestry team. Alright, toss him a shovel. Alright, so... does he even need a shovel to plant the stuff? I don't know. Drop everything. What we're going to do is we're going to go here. I'm going to take a shovel from the shovel. I'm going to take a mushroom from storage. Okay, so he doesn't need a shovel for this part. Alright. I'm going to get rid of these two. And then in this area, I'm going to plant mushrooms. So, take loose mushroom from storage, find nearest hole in area, move the hole, use held item. Do forever. Go. Alright. Go here. Let's try it this way. So go here, take mushroom. Find nearest hole and plant. We're good. Well, for this guy. Still need to rewind every other robot. Well, this guy's fine because he's just sitting around not doing anything. Since I don't have anyone hauling mushrooms at this time, I'll clean it up so that way he has some mushrooms to work with. And we'll also help with the turf removal. I should point out, this unit of storage only holds 100 units of items, and 13 by 13 is higher than 100. Because 12 by 12 is 44. 44. I can't think anymore. 12 by 12 is 144. And so 13 times 13 would definitely be higher than that. 10 by 13 is 130. And then it would be 3 higher than that, so that's 130. 3 times 13 is 39. So 130 plus 39 is 169. So I'm going to need over 3 tiers of storage just to pile in all this turf. Although, if the mushrooms fall out of bounds, what I really should do is have the planting and digging robots areas be slightly smaller than the collecting areas, because I'm going to have overflow along the edges. So what I should do stop. Robot 19. Stop. Once he's done. Record. The area, need it 12 by 12. have to be 11 by 11. Because in order to be completely around. So right there. So that's how we're going to work that. Who's the one digging holes? You're out of power anyway, so whenever you stop that, same for record. Dig holes here. And turf one. Now you're just picking up the turf and moving it everywhere. 21 then. Yeah. Stop what you're doing. And the nearest turf is 11 by 11 space. So that way he should only carve out the area that I need. I'm going to rebury all these holes. The mushroom collection one should be fine. Of course, I don't actually have anyone collecting the mushrooms. I have one taking the mushrooms and replanting them. Because the plan was to have the one digging up the turf be the one to gather the mushrooms, and then the one collecting the turf be the one planting all the mushrooms. But we're running low on, we don't have much in the way of mushrooms right now. I'm just gonna gather up all the mushrooms available. That's outside the farm, for lack of a better term. I was gonna say who's cursing, but I realized I broke my shovel. Everybody else is out of juice again. Wow. I'm recording for exactly 1 hour and I haven't even finished the mushrooms yet. Here I was hoping to get both mushrooms and berries done. But it does not look like it's going to be the case. On the plus side, they've dug pretty much all the mushrooms I need. Alright, so I've stored all the mushrooms I need. Currently in the process of planting all the mushrooms. And I just need to dig up 6 more mushrooms. Which, if I count this group, okay, that's 15, so. Nope. Wrong button again. You gotta remember. Left click grab, right click drop. Rewind you. So now I gotta wait is for 3 more units of mushrooms to finish growing. So that way this one can dig them back up. And then once this whole area gets done, you know, in hindsight, given how long it's taking them to do everything, and by the time this mushroom gets planted, this one's probably, well, like, one over here would be fully grown and already harvested. I probably did not need to make this big. But I'm not really known for doing small, what's the word I want to use? I'm not exactly always known for doing things not to an extreme in these types of games. And you should see me play Harvest Mode, which I may actually get around to doing. And there we go. The mushroom farming is done. We picked up a mushroom hat. Use your farming food commemorative slab. Add it to the pile. Okay, so... Oop, no, wrong button. I was hoping that would unlock the ability to get a flail. I'm guessing I need something else beforehand. Probably I need colonnade, because if we look at, and I think this was actually poorly designed if this is the case, but if we look at the academy and look at the blueprints, it says here for the flail I need level 1 research farming technology, which I don't currently have unlocked. I assumed that it would just naturally give it to me after completing one of these. I think after completing forestry and lumber, it unlocked the tool certification, which taught me how to build the extra tools like the shovel, I believe. But it's been a while since I played the first episode, so I don't actually remember. But I was hoping if I completed the mushroom one, it would give me unlock the flail, which means I could collect the fruit one. Something tells me that's not the case. I have a feeling what I need to do, and this is why I think this is in poor order, because if you look at it, it's the basics: first forestry, lumber, build up of forestry, mining, tools, and then robotics. So it would continue going on in various rules of complication. Yeah, complexity. That's the word I'm looking for. If that was the case for farming, it should be farming mushroom patch should be here, because I'm looking at it, I'm thinking it's going this way. No, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Whereas it has, technically, food would be next. But it should go mushrooms because that's next, and if they had unlocked the flail with completing mushrooms, then it would go fruit and then colonization. Something tells me this WUV that they keep talking about, I would need, is what's needed to unlock, to do the research and unlock various things. So I can't get the flail until I get some colonist WUV. Don't take that in the wrong context. This isn't that kind of game. So what I'm thinking I actually need to do is complete colonization next, if that's the case. So I'm going to ping colonization. Set that up. So I need to somehow get a colonist seed dispenser built, colonist incubator built, and build make 3 colonists, feed 6 colonists, and collect 30 of their WUV. And hopefully that'll give me enough resources to research the flail so I can do fruit farming. I believe I mentioned, I asked last episode, how complex does this game actually get? I haven't even started on the complex robots yet. No, it's really bothering me that I don't have a robot to pick up all the mushrooms. So what I'm going to do is get another robot to pick up all the mushrooms. Something tells me I'm going to need more robots eventually. So the spares for this group, you know, the turf war team, the one digging up all the turf, the other one collecting it all. Something tells me once there's no more turf to collect, to dig up and collect it in this area, I'll find another place for them to dig. And once that area is done, something tells me they'll be doing something else. Probably fruit farming, if and when I ever actually get around to unlocking the flail, which is needed. Alright, it's a new robot. We wind you up. We turn you on, and we get to recording. So, this is what we do. We walk over here. We find the nearest mushroom. Let's just get rid of this. Find the nearest mushroom. And yeah, I think this is the area. Maybe not. In this area, hang on, real quick. Yeah, so it stops at this area. Alright. So you're not doing anything. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to pick up a mushroom. In this 13 by 13 area, we're going to pick up a mushroom. And we're going to move to this area and drop off a mushroom. We're going to do this until everything dies. And then play. if I can actually have him grab multiple mushrooms at once. I had issues with the guy collecting turf, so I'm not going to risk it. Maybe if the robots were more advanced and well smarter. Alright, so that leaves that relatively automated, so now I have a robot digging up mushrooms, another one digging holes to plant mushrooms, a third planting the mushrooms, and then a fourth picking up the loose mushrooms. And unlike the forestry area, which is run out of juice again, the planting and the digging of holes and the planting of and the digging up of mushrooms area is one shorter in each dimension than the gather the mushroom area. So any fallout, like to this area along the border of the plant and dig up area, should still fall within the bounds of collection. So I don't have to worry about here where I got logs just sitting out in the lonesome. So we're going to rewind. I'll deal with him in a second. Going to rewind Team Lumber. Oh, pond. Interesting. Don't remember that being there. As well as the Stonecutters Guild. And so mushroom farming should now be relatively automated. Create a new team. 5. Team forest, team production, team stone. I should give them better names. But we're going to call the mushroom team group the Mushers. Just for fun. So... name Team Lumber, renamed the Team Forest to the Woodcutters Guild. Team Stone... yeah, I know, very origin of names originally. To Stonecutters Guild. You know what? I actually kind of like Team Lumber and the Stonecutters Guild. Of course, now I also like the Woodcutters Guild as well. Yeah, pie. Keep it at Woodcutters Guild. I like it slightly better than Team Lumber. I unnamed that accidentally. No, still Team Production. Okay. So the Tools team... be the Smithing Guild. Rewind you for a second. Team Production will be the Carpenters Guild. I think that's how you spell carpenter. Actually, I think it's an A. Carpander. Break up the Holy Book of Diction real quick. These guys run by themselves, so it doesn't really matter. Until they run out of power, in which case it does matter. But they won't do that for another 30 seconds, I think. They just got rewound, so. Vascular, career, carefree, caricature, carping. No, it's C-A-R-P-E-T. Fitting. Perfect bag. Here we are, carpenter. C-A-R-P-E-N-T-E-R. Alright the first time. Holy Book of Diction, in case anybody was curious. The abridged kind. come up with messages. Alright, so who are we adding to the mushers? Well, Mark 19 here is the one digging the shrooms. Yeah, he's the one digging the shrooms. So, how do I add... Oh, that's soon. This was drag. Yep, this was drag. Mark 20 is digging the holes. I think 21 and 22 are, yeah, the turf war team. So they stay put for now. 23 is planting the shrooms, or the mushrooms. And then 24 is gathering them up. Probably not the right order, but oh well. And now we technically have 2 industries available. When they can be bothered to actually have gas, we have the lumberjacks, or the Woodcutters Guild. I really gotta settle on a name, because now I like the Lumberjacks better than the Woodcutters Guild. Oh, why not? Lumberjacks it is. Now I want to change the smithing guild from smithing guild to Smith and Smiths and Sons. Right. It doesn't have. Could go Smith and Sons, but you know. Wrong button. Smiths and Sons. That sounds like a fun name. Yeah, alright, so can't really figure out how to spell infrastructure. So these guys. No, the Woodcutters Guild. You know what? Woodcutter Technicians. So, we have the Lumberjacks. They're the guys cutting the wood, digging the holes, and planting the trees. We have the Mushers, the new team, which is digging the holes, planting the mushrooms, digging up said mushrooms, and then collecting said mushrooms, assuming, of course, they all had power, which they don't. Then we have Smith and Sons, which is making all the tools. Then we have the Stonecutters Guild, which is harvesting stones for Smith and Sons to actually build stuff. Then we have the Woodcutters Guild. I'm sorry, the Woodcutters. I like Woodcutters Guild better. Then we have the Woodcutters Guild, which gathers the logs, takes the logs, makes the planks, takes the planks, makes the poles. And then we have these two, which don't have a team yet, because their jobs right now is just to basically take away all the turf, well, dig up all the turf for the mushroom farm, and then store it elsewhere. Which may actually be done. Because if this is the area that he's digging out, he's got one, maybe 2 spots, no, 1 spot left, and then he's done. Where is he going? No, he's not actually done. He's actually got this whole area left to dig. Okay, never mind then. I am, however, going to need more turf storage. So for now... So I can just simply move enough turf over here to make a difference, or I can just reprogram this guy, which would probably be easier. So we are going to stop and to record. I don't have any turf. Going to not record. I'm going to grab this. Now we're going to record us putting that in there. Get rid of storage 3, the stuff for storage 3, so... Stop, empty your hand, empty your hands, and then continue. Because otherwise he's just going to have constantly be holding one of them. So that's at 100 and... It's no longer 166, but 169 units of turf we're going to be digging up. But 11 by 11 is still 121 units of turf, and still won't fit them all. Now, I do plan on putting turf back around in this area, but even then, since it's not fully dug, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 19 units. That's still going to be 103 units of turf. So for now, we're just going to make do with the storage that we have. I'm probably going to need a third storage because I'm going to assume that my berry farm is going to end up over here, because I already have some pre-built bushes. Which means I may need to move these storages eventually, but that is another issue for another day, because I'm going to rewind this guy, rewind this guy, rewind this guy. Yeah, probably. And then, once everybody's finally recharged, because everything runs on clockworks at this point, not on clock, not, you know, on time, not on clock as in on time, but I'm fairly certain all these robots are wind-up gears, but I shall call it here. Everybody stay safe from the plague and, have a good day.